Hello, my name is Giovanni, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Doyoky retro gaming style controller specifically for the Nintendo Switch. This retails for $64.99. Why choose a controller that resembles the GameCube design? Well, for starters, there are games out there that are optimized for this layout, making it the preferred choice for certain gaming experiences. There are various reasons why you might prefer a GameCube style controller over a Switch Pro controller. Doyoky sent this out to me to review, but anything I say is based on my opinion. So let's dive deeper into the design functionalities and whether these GameCube style Joy-Cons are the perfect fit for you. So this is what the box looks like, and then in the back, so it comes with an instruction manual, USB-C to charge, 4 attachable thumbsticks to replace on your controller, the attachable grip to place the 2 Joy-Cons on, and the 2 Joy-Cons itself. I'm gonna attach these 2 to the grip and get a feel of the controller. Okay. So it feels comfortable in my hands, no complaints. I don't feel any cramp or tendency of like uncomfortableness, you know. Feels very solid. The controller feels really light in my hands, just as the regular Joy-Cons. So I have the regular GameCube controller with me, and I want to compare the buttons and travel time to see. So let's start off with the right Joy-Con. So what I noticed is there's a little bit of travel time when you're pressing the buttons on the Doyoky Joy-Cons, whereas the regular GameCube controller, I'm barely applying more force onto it. Just look. There's like less travel time on the regular GameCube controller. And look at the Doyoky. I have to put more force while pressing the buttons. It's kind of a nitpicky though if you're like a super sweaty try-hard Smash Bros player. So I just wanted to point that out in case if anybody is coming from OG GameCube controller to the Doyoky Joy-Con GameCube controller. So the C-stick is a little bit skinnier around the octagon, and on a regular GameCube controller is a lot fatter, and they both feel the same. I don't really notice any difference whatsoever, pretty much. So let's test out the shoulder buttons. So the ZL and ZR button, they feel the same on the Pro controller. Identical, pretty much. Like, shoot, if you're playing on the Pro controller, you would notice the same feeling. Now I'm gonna compare the shoulder buttons on the 2 controllers here. I like the feel on the Doyoky controller because I'm not applying more force onto it, but on the regular GameCube controller, I gotta put more force. Let me test out the thumbstick. Really solid. I like the grip. My thumb is not slipping off as I'm moving around. Let me test out the regular GameCube controller. It's pretty much the same. The only difference is the thumbstick on the Doyoky is a little bit more taller, whereas the regular GameCube controller is a little bit shorter. If you could kind of see the 2 difference here. Let me test out the D-pad. It feels solid around my thumbs just by me moving it around. Let me test out the regular GameCube controller. They feel the same way to me. The only difference is on the regular GameCube controller, the D-pad is a lot smaller. For charging time, you're gonna get 2 hours and 30 minutes, and for playtime, you're gonna get 8 to 10 hours. I also forgot to mention that the controller won't get drift because it has Hall effect sticks. So I wanna point out that there is a little bit of a wobbliness. There's a little bit of play as well. So when you're moving these 2, you will notice while you're playing a game with these 2 Joy-Cons attached to. It's not a big deal, but it could be annoying for some people. You can attach the thumbsticks that came with the controller. So I'm gonna place this one here and the C-stick. So I'm gonna attach these 2 Joy-Cons to the Switch OLED and see how it feels in my hands. So it feels solid just by me holding it. No complaints. I like it. What's cool is that it shows up as purple Joy-Cons, so that's a neat touch they added. Let's see if this fits into the dock. And it does. So I want to point out another thing. While I'm holding this, I feel like I have to align it in a certain way just to get a good angle. But I don't get that on the regular Joy-Cons. I'm going to show you. So as you can see, I feel like I have a little bit more control over aligning it the way I want it. And I'm not really noticing any weirdness when it comes to holding the two Joy-Cons in handheld mode. But I have to hold it like this with the Doyoky Joy-Cons just to get a good grip and feel. Now let's talk about the button features. So this has two keybinds in the back if you want to assign to. And this also has a map button and a turbo button. So how to assign your keybinds is you want to hold down the M and whatever button you want to click. Let's just say I want to assign jump. I will hold the M button, the Y button, and then the back button in the back of the controller. And then you will hear like a vibration. That means that it worked. So my character Pit is jumping, holding down the button. And if you want to assign it, all you have to do is hold it again and then hold the Y button and the back button, and then you will hear another vibration, and that means the button is assigned. You cannot assign your keybind to the left Joy-Con. So for instance, let's just say, oh, I want to assign B to the left Joy-Con right here where I'm clicking. You can't do that. It's basically separate. Now to assign the turbo button, you have to hold the A and the turbo button at the same time, and it should do it right for me. So see how my character is just rapidly spinning around and just like going crazy? You can do it to any button you want on the controller basically. And if you want to turn the vibration off, you got to hold the turbo button down and flick this stick and it should turn it off. And if you want to turn it back on, you hit it to the right and you hear the vibration as it comes back on. I'm gonna test out these three games here, starting out with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I'm not noticing any input delay just by me moving around with my character. This controller is basically his godfather, grandchild, so you know. Hey, if you're coming from regular GameCube controller, you're not gonna notice anything differently other than the buttons I just mentioned by clicking. But yeah, pretty solid. Second game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And so far, I'm not noticing any input delay. Everything is running smooth on the controller. And it's pretty solid, you know, just by me playing and driving around. My third game is going to be Splatoon 3. So I'm in a training room and I want to test out the gyro controls to see if it's good on the controller. So far, me moving it around, I'm not noticing any input delay. It's pretty much accurate, just as you're playing on a regular Joy-Cons or the Pro controller. And yeah, so I want to get onto the cons, what I don't like about the controller, and I have two so far. So my first con is holding both of them individually unattached. I feel like it's very uncomfortable on the palms of my hands, and it has to be attached to the stock or to the Switch handheld because it doesn't feel natural, whereas you holding a regular Joy-Con and it feels natural in the hand. This one doesn't feel the same way. A second con is while you have the two Joy-Cons in handheld mode, you're kind of forced to hold it in a certain angle you're not used to. So when I'm playing like on a regular Joy-Con, I can, you know, be comfortable and have it at an angle the way I want it. But while I'm playing on the Doyoky GameCube-Style Joy-Cons, I'm locked into that position and it kind of just feels uncomfortable for me. Now I want to get onto who's this controller for. If you're someone who doesn't mind and isn't overly competitive when playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, this controller could be a great fit for you. Plus, it offers that familiar GameCube-style feel that can enhance your experience with other games as well. If you want to pick this controller up, you can use my code Giovanni to save 10% off on your order. And that's going to be my review of the GameCube-style Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch. Thank you again, Doyoky, to send this out to me to review. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And comment down below whether you think this is the best alternative for a GameCube-style Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch or not. My name is Giovanni, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and have yourselves a good one.